Look directly into the lens. Don't blink yet. You ever catch your dog just staring at you? Not begging, not bouncing off the walls, just watching from across the room, completely still, eyes locked on your face like they're reading something written there that you didn't even know was there. It's not the cute kind of stare. It's the kind that makes you put your phone down. 3 full seconds. I've got this crumpled sock on the floor right now. My dog stole it this morning, same as every morning, and I keep stepping over it. We'll come back to that sock, I promise. But that stare, the one they give you when the room is quiet and nothing is happening, we've been misreading it for years. Here's the thing. We've been telling ourselves this really comforting story about our dogs, that they love us unconditionally, that the relationship is sweet, simple, maybe a little one-sided. You know, we feed them, they adore us, end of story. And I used to just accept that. It felt right. It felt warm. Actually, wait, it's not that's wrong. It's that it's so incomplete it almost misses the whole point. What your dog is actually doing when they look at you, when they follow you down the hallway at 11 p.m. just to watch you brush your teeth, when they lose their mind because you came home, that is not simple devotion. It is something the animal kingdom has never produced before. Dogs don't perceive us as owners. They don't experience us the way they experience other animals. Over thousands of years, they built an entirely new category for what we are, and we're only just now starting to understand what that means. By point 4, I'm going to tell you something about that calm, unblinking stare your dog gives you. What's actually happening in both your bodies in that moment. And I genuinely changed how I move around my dog after learning it, so stick around for that one. And if you're the kind of person who lies awake wondering if your dog is really okay, if they're happy, if they know this one's for you, hit subscribe if you want more of this. Okay, let's go. Think about every other domesticated animal for a second. Cats tolerate us, mostly on their own terms. Horses can be trained to work with us. But a dog will track the direction of your gaze and follow it. They will look where you look. No other animal does that naturally. That is not a coincidence. That is the result of over 15,000 years of coevolution. Not dogs learning to tolerate humans, but dogs literally reshaping their own biology to specialize in us. Here's the part the textbooks mention once, and then move on from too fast. Dogs developed a muscle around their inner eyebrow. Researchers call it the levator anguli oculi medialis that wolves don't have. It didn't exist before domestication. Dogs grew it, specifically to make the expression we call puppy eyes. They evolved on a genetic level to manipulate our emotions. Small pause, and we fell for it. Completely, enthusiastically, for 10,000 years, but flip that around. The fact that it worked, the fact that we responded, means our brains were already primed to bond with them. This wasn't one species tricking another. This was 2 species finding each other and deciding slowly, across millennia, to build something together. Your dog doesn't see a human when they look at you. They see the thing their entire species was built around. Okay, so, when your dog shoves their nose into your armpit the second you walk in the door, I know it feels undignified, but stay with me. Their nose has roughly 300 million olfactory receptors. Ours has about 6 million. But the part people always skip past is what they're actually doing with that information. They're not just detecting your presence, they're reading your day. Where you went, what you ate for lunch, whether your cortisol levels were elevated this afternoon, whether something feels different. Look into lens. When they do their little newspaper thing, that full body sniff from your shoes to your jacket, they're catching up on 8 hours of your life in about 45 seconds. They know when something is wrong before you've said a single word, before you've even decided whether you're going to say anything. That's not magic or some mystical connection, though it feels like it. It's devotion expressed through biology, their most powerful sense, aimed entirely at you every time you walk through the door. Researchers at the University of Lincoln ran studies where dogs were shown photos of human faces combined with different vocal tones: happy face, angry voice, calm voice, worried face, And the dogs consistently identified the actual emotional state even when the signals conflicted. They integrate both channels simultaneously. They're not guessing, they're reading. But here's where this gets uncomfortable. When you're lying in bed at 11 p.m., anxious, spiraling through your phone, your dog isn't just being weird by pressing into your side or suddenly needing to be in the same room as you. Research has shown that dogs' stress hormone levels synchronize with their owner's stress hormone levels over time. They are absorbing your nervous system state through your breath, your body language, the micro changes in your scent. Your anxiety is their anxiety, not metaphorically, chemically. Pause. Let that land. So if your dog seems tense, restless, a little on edge, the question worth sitting with isn't what's wrong with them. It's what are they picking up from me? Okay, this is the one I promised you. That long, slow, calm stare your dog gives you, just watching you exist, not asking for anything. Most people think it's boredom, or that they want something, or that it's just a dog being a dog. It's none of those things. When a dog holds mutual eye contact with you voluntarily, it triggers the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in both of you at the same time. The same neurochemical process that happens between a mother and her newborn when they look at each other. Sit with that for a second. People sometimes say this is just attention-seeking behavior. Actually, wait. That framing completely misses it. Attention-seeking implies they want something from you. This is something different. This is bonding. Active, biological, real-time bonding. Your dog is not staring at you. Your dog is building their attachment to you every single time they do it. And here's the part that still gets me. Wolves don't do this with humans. This isn't some ancient instinct that carried over. Dogs learned this. They developed it specifically for us. They chose this particular behavior to connect with this particular species. Every time your dog catches your eye and holds it, that's not a coincidence. That's them choosing you again. Dogs track consistency the way we track trust in people. There's a series of experiments where researchers pointed toward containers. Sometimes food was there, sometimes it wasn't. Dogs quickly learned which humans were reliable and which ones weren't. And when a human proved unreliable, the dogs stopped following their cues entirely. They'd look away, find their own answer. The behavioral science translation of that in real life is a little uncomfortable. Every walk that got promised and didn't happen, every just a minute that became an hour, every time you picked up the leash and then put it back down, they don't hold grudges. They genuinely don't experience time and memory the way we do, which we're getting to, but they do track reliability. Their nervous system is always running one quiet background calculation. Is this human someone I can depend on? Trust with a dog isn't automatic. It's built slowly, in small moments, and it can, quietly, erode the same way. This one is both devastating and, once you really sit with it, kind of beautiful. Dogs don't ruminate. They don't replay yesterday's argument or rehearse tomorrow's worry. Their experience of time is different from ours, more immediate, more present, more like one continuous unfolding moment. When you leave for work in the morning, they don't spend 8 hours consciously sad, but they also don't experience your absence as 8 hours. They experience it as an open loop, something incomplete, something that hasn't resolved yet, and then you come home. That explosion at the door, the full-body joy, the crying, the spinning, that isn't just happiness, that is relief, the loop closed. You came back. The most important constant in their entire world is still intact. Look in the lens quietly. The dog hair on your couch cushions, the way they reposition themselves to stay in whatever room you're in, the sock they stole off the floor this morning. None of it is manipulation. All of it is the same thing. Every tail wag, every lean against your leg, every slow head tilt when you're talking. These aren't random. They are not just things dogs do. They are pieces of a language that your dog built for you over thousands of years from scratch. Your dog is not a pet trying to communicate with a human. They are a species that spent millennia specializing in the human animal, learning to read our faces, sync with our nervous systems, evolve new muscles to reach our hearts. They didn't get lucky being placed with us. Over generations, across thousands of years, they kept choosing this. kept choosing us. Quiet. Look into lens. That crumpled sock on the floor. You thought it was mischief, right? One of those dog things you learn to live with. Step over it. Toss it back eventually, whatever. It's not mischief. It's your scent. When you leave, it's the closest thing they have to you. It's not a game. It's not bad behavior. It's your dog holding on to the only piece of you that stays behind. Pick it up. Look at it. Pause. They don't see a human when they look at you. They see something the universe has never quite made before, a creature that became their whole world and who, against all odds, chose them back. If this changed the way you see your dog, even just a little, share it with someone whose dog deserves to be understood better. Matt, fade. No music spike, just stillness.